Hey everybody! So I'm sorry that I haven't made a video in the last few Fridays. I've been pretty busy finishing my bachelor's degree at Northwest College of Art. I am technically done with school on the 8th of this month, so the 8th of August, and then I get my degree / graduation September 8th, so I have 30 days to do whatever I want, and then I get my degree. Anyway, so I've been pretty busy with doing that, and then planning to move at the end of the month. That's why there's, giant boxes in my room, and there's crap everywhere, and I just got my new computer. So I've been pretty busy with all of that, and I haven't really gotten any time to do a review and a game, and I'm sorry that it's been taking me forever. But I wanted to bring up a couple different topics, and I've been thinking about this for the last couple of weeks, because I kind of started playing Ocarina of Time again. So I started doing it and trying to get everything, like sell all the masks and get all the gold skulltulas and all that jazz. I wanted to bring up like childhoods and the kinds of games that we've played as children that sort of set our standard for what games should be like today. I know a lot of people are older than I am and have different standards. My standard started with Ocarina of Time. So the 64 is sort of where I started playing video games, although I have played an NES and I have played a Super Nintendo. And then I grew up playing Nintendo, so I had the 64 and then the GameCube, and then we switched to the Xbox 360 when it came out, so late middle school, early high school for me, I think. And then I bought a Wii when I moved to college because I had a whole bunch of GameCube games. But anyway, childhood video games sort of set bars for us, and Ocarina of Time would definitely be one that set bars for a lot of people, and it's almost a universal that people have played it or at least know what it is, especially in the industry. It sort of set standards for video games, and I mean set standards like it was that small smidge of personalized character at the time that really made the game. I mean, Link kicks boxes open as a young adult, and as a child he crawls into them. People don't really think that's something that's important, but when you look back at it, it really made the game. Those little things that make it just slightly more human and more realistic helps a lot in video games. So that set a standard for the rest of the video games, especially in the time period. Video games had to have these things, and when they didn't, it didn't go over very well. A lot of people grew up playing Banjo-Kazooie and playing Crash Bandicoot. I haven't played much of either. I have played Banjo-Kazooie a bit. I grew up playing the Metroid Prime series. Mainly just the first two in the GameCube series, which would be Metroid Prime and then Metroid Prime Echoes. Those two I played, and as a younger child, and I really enjoyed them. I don't know, they're one of my most favorite game series would be the Prime series because of the world that they create for you. Other games, I played Beyond Good and Evil, and if you haven't played Beyond Good and Evil, it is one of those games that I recommend to anybody that I talk to, because that game alone is fabulous. I mean, it just has everything. It was great. It was such a great game. The main character is Jade, and she runs around with her camera, and she gets paid for taking pictures of propaganda and also of animals, so you've got two goals in the game right off the bat, and that's taking pictures of animals. And then there's this huge thing going on with all of the story, and it's just a remarkable game, and it still stands to this day. I mean, the graphics aren't spectacular, and definitely not to standards now, but when it came out, it was pretty well done. It was one of the games that kind of slid under the radar, and if you have a Wii that can play GameCube games, or if you have a GameCube, I recommend picking it up. Just do it, because it's unbelievable. It's just a great game. If you're into storylines, like I am, because I love storylines. Other childhood games. I grew up playing Mario Party. I started with Mario Party 1 and 2 and 3, I believe, on the 64, and then jumped to all the rest of them that are on the GameCube. So I personally own 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You don't want to play Mario Party with me. I'll generally win, unless I'm having really bad luck. Other games that people have played. I played 007 for the 64 when I was little, with the rocket launchers and the, like, snow level. I don't know why I remember the snow level the most. Probably because we played it the most. It had, like, the cabin down at the bottom of the snowy hill, and at the top it had sort of like a castle. And if you had the rocket launchers that you could control, so you shoot the rocket and then you can control the rocket and blow people up, you would always go to the castle. I mean, you'd always win. And we played that a lot. Also, we played Desert Storm, the Desert Storm game that came out for the GameCube. That game, I want to say that it's really fun, and I don't know for sure like how it stands, but when we played it as a family. So my dad and me and my sister and my brother played it, and it made the game a worthwhile experience. We each had our own person. So my brother was sort of the leader, and my dad was the sniper. I was the C4 guy, who I believe is the black guy, and then my sister was the machine gunner, and we made her that because she wasn't very good at playing anything else. And actually at one point, because friendly fire is on in that game and you can kill each other, she shot all 3 of us, assuming that we were the bad guys. She just, la 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 la, oh my god, I'm surrounded, and she just starts shooting, and we all fall. And it took us a second to realize she just shot us. She shot her own teammates. It was impressive. Anyway, so my computer just went dark, but what it's doing right now and why it's on and it has that funky screen on it is because I'm rendering my final for one of my classes, and that's why I kind of look sleep deprived, because I'm working on that, and plus I'm working on an undisclosed game. It's going to be a new MMO, and I can't tell any of you guys too much about it, but when it comes out, I'll definitely disclose more information. Anyway, so let me know what you guys play, or played as young people in the world of video games. Let me know, and tell me which ones were your favorite. That's my review. And it's not much of a review, it's more of a discussion, but, you know. Alright.